Porra, tem um esquema de guardar na minha casa. Esse
We
cara é
don't, we
louco.
don't, we don't have to know that. So let's go. Let's go.
Esse cara é louco.
Okay. Now let's go back to English. Come on, let's go back to English.
Nada supera o direito.
So, come on, let's go back to English. No Portuguese now.
Okay.
Let's go.
I will stop this.
Number one, underline the past. Okay.
Underline.
So let's try to do these ones together. Okay. So the first one is already made. Just let me hit that one for you. So what do you think they should give him, or should they give him for this birthday? So in this case, of course, you already have the answer. But here, look. What do you think? What I just said. Here I have a direct question using do you think? So I already made an inversion. They should give him, not should they give him. Okay. So here just have to put this in the direct order. The direct order is subject, the verb should give, him is my complement. Okay? So put the subject verb complement, so direct order. Alright? So in the second case, I don't have to do the inversion. Okay? João, may you read the second one?
I'm not absolutely sure what time does her plane arrive. Her plane arrives.
Okay. Absolutely sure. Okay, sure. So, her plane arrives or arrive? Her plane arrives. What about this now? I'm not absolutely sure what the time, what time does her plane arrive or plane arrives? What about this now? It is, does her plane arrive
I
or
think
her
it's.
plane
I
arrives?
think it's does her plane
What about you?
arrive. C or
It is B.
B.
Hey, George, what do you think here?
I'm not absolutely sure what time does arrive or.
Let's check.
I think her plane arrives.
Yeah, you. Her plane arrives. This is not a direct question. So because of this, I do not have to use what? I don't have to use the auxiliary verb and make this inversion. There is no need to do this, okay? So let us see. You know, can you?
Next week, nice dress. She wearing. Is she or is
So nice dress she's wearing. Isn't she or isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it or isn't she?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
It.
It. It.
It's talking about the
Because it's
dress.
talking about the dress. Okay. Yeah, it's talking about the dress. So D. Okay.
Sarah hasn't arrived yet. Has she? Hasn't she? I wonder what she's.
Has she?
Has she? What?
Hasn't she? I want. So look.
Ah.
Yeah, because it's a conversation. Okay. So it's a case of one person is saying this. Sarah hasn't arrived yet. This one here, notice there is another quotation marks. I closed this one, and here I have another one. So it is like a dialogue. Okay? So it's another person saying. So it's not a case of tag question. It's a case of echo question. Okay.
There's two seven.
Okay. Yeah.
Apple.
So this here I have to agree with this one. Hasn't she? Okay. Eat. Julia. Okay. Again, it's a case where you have two people conversating here. So he is, isn't he, or he isn't, is he.
He isn't.
So he is, isn't he, he is, isn't he. Okay, because he, you agree. Okay, you agree, and then you use the tag question of this. So it's echo tag. Yeah, you combine the two. So the echo first is the echo. So you have to agree with the statement. So you just repeat he is when I create a tag question of these, I have to use is and he. Okay, not okay. So this is an echo tag. So I combine the two. So I combine type question with echo question. The echo question, I have to do what? So I have to, in this case, I do not do the inversion here as in the first example. So I put here the pronoun before the verb. Okay, because I want to do this connection. When I create an echo tag, I do not do the inversion in the echo. Okay, so here I do not say is he, I say he is. Just remember that in the echo question, normally what I do, I repeat. So if it is affirmative, I just repeat the affirmative. Okay, and that question I have to invert. So is, I repeated, isn't here. Yeah, the tag question is the opposite. Okay, the next one. Agnes, you? Okay, so what for? What exactly are you waiting for? Exactly are you waiting for?
What exactly are you waiting
What exactly are you waiting for? The second one. What about you, Andrea? What do you think? The second, you know, what? What exactly are you waiting for? No, no, the second also. So, what exactly are you waiting for? That's it. That's the second. Okay.
Why cannot be the first?
Uh,
Você não sabe.
because this is a direct question. Okay. And here,
Ah,
no, no, that's not the point actually. Here the point is the preposition, because wait for is an already arranged expression, so you cannot change the preposition put at the beginning. It is the same case of in what sense. You cannot say what sense for the whole sentence and put in at the end, because it is an already made uh, formula. Okay, because actually this is it's like looking for. You cannot put for at the beginning and then put looking. So, for example, what are you looking for? For what are you looking? No, we cannot say that. We cannot separate them. Okay? G. João, you again.
do you happen to know where the Astoria model is? Where is the Astoria? Astoria?
Astoria
Astoria hot.
Hotel.
On the tower hot.
Okay? So, do you happen to know where the Astoria Hotel is, or where is the Astoria Hotel? Which one of them? The second. So, where is, or is at the end? The second. The first. The second. The second two. Juliana, Andrea,
I
what do you
guess the
think?
same case of because you can
Yeah,
separate
but there is no preposition here.
this. It is
This is a verb, it's not a preposition. It's not the same case. This is a verb. Not for is a preposition. This is a verb. What do you
ah,
think?
verb to be, you know.
Yeah, the verb to be. Okay?
So it's
Let's check.
tá pensando, pô, que faz aqui que verbo da pô.
Okay, where the Astoria Hotel is. Okay? Is. Because that's the same case of the first, actually. Okay? Because do you happen to, yeah, do you happen to know? Okay, besides, do you know? Um, I already have a question. So in this case here, I do not have to make the inversion, so I just put the subject and the verb. Okay? H. Turn up. Okay, so you have to think about the intonation and the structure in all of the sentences. But he, the police, the police,
There isn't.
No, I was just saying the way that you pronounce these beliefs. Okay, okay.
I
So
think it's the first.
the first
Yeah, is there?
here, I'm showing what how to think about the idea that I am showing here. The idea that is being shown here. What's the idea? Because that makes the difference.
Disbelief.
Disbelief. The person's not believing that that thing is happening to him.
Question.
Okay, so it will make the difference in the way that I structure here.
I'm still with the first. I think it's the second is disbelief.
Yeah, the first or the second? The second, the first.
There is it.
There is it. Is that?
I'm talking about disbelief. This question.
Yeah. This is disbelief. Okay.
Wait.
So it's like
Okay.
yeah,
Ah, it's the second person's element.
yeah. When you
Okay.
show disbelief, you have to start with a negative and then a positive.
Teacher,
This
I
is
have one more
disbelief.
question. One more question. After the dot, the final dot, there is officer waiting to see you. There's another person talking.
Is another person because
So
here you have the quotation
the
marks.
questions are conversation, no?
Yeah. So one
Okay.
person said that and the other one
It's
replied.
I could take.
Hmm?
I could take.
This is Apple tag because here I do not want to show agreement. I want to show this. I want to show disbelief. So that is why I have to use there isn't, is there.
Okay.
I start with a negative, then a positive. So it's like again, bringing to point is like if I say, oh, there, there's a police officer. Um polícia vai falar com você. Ah, não tem. Tem? It's like this, yeah.
Okay.
So, hi. The next is
You you belong, won't you? You won't belong, will you? I need you to be back here by 11 at
latest.
that's 11 is p.m.
A level. It's not being shown here. It
Okay.
doesn't. It's not being shown here. But it doesn't matter. Okay. At 11 at the
That's a
latest.
text.
Hmm?
11 a.m. and 11 p.m. If someone writes something with me at 11 p.m., I think this person will go to that place.
Okay. Okay. So you belong. Want you or you won't belong? Will you?
The sixth. The seventh.
The second.
You belong. I choose the first.
First.
Yeah. The
You
first
won't
is kind of
belong. Will
confusing.
you?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's the first one. You will
You
be.
won't belong.
Yeah. You just want to. The first one, it would be just checking if the person, it's like you are for me, yeah, and you're just checking.
I know
In
that.
this case, you just say, oh, you won't belong. It's like, yeah,
Is it tech question?
hmm?
Tech question.
Yeah, it's a case of that question. Okay,
It's belong. Belong is be.
yeah, belong. He's not the belong together. Belong together is a verb. Belong. He is like, uh, you'll not take a lot of time doing that.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So the last one, Julian. Oh, come on. That's the first thing that we learned today. That's the first example. So it is
Second.
the second,
Okay.
the
Yeah,
second
there is really wrong. It's text.
text.
Yeah, text.
What
Read it.
does the
It's not text.
yeah next yeah it's wrong. Hey Travis, what do you think? Second. Everyone will go with the second, and it's the first. Oh my God, you I do not believe you. Come on, people.
You
Would you
supposed to go
mind?
with this.
So, would you mind? Come on. It is why you are seeing you see this question mark here, so you think, oh, this is a direct question, so I just have to make what the inversion. But not. You don't have to do this because here you have this is one structure and then you have another structure. Just remember, this is my direct question. But this one is called indirect. Because of this, I do not have to change this one. So in this case, I just keep the same structure. Yeah, I do not have to transform this and put the auxiliary verb before the subject. So would you mind? Here I already have the inversion. Would. Would is before you. I do not say you would mind. No. Would you mind telling me this part here? I do not have to do this. When the train, when the next train leaves, okay? Because this is indirect. The first one, I do the enclosure. This one, I do not have to do the enclosure. Okay? When I have two questions in the same sentence, I just transform the first one. The second one is kept the same. Okay? Okay or okay? So, yeah, João, yeah, okay, come on, come on, come on. It's the same thing that happened. Letter A, letter Z. Yeah, look at this. What do you think they should give him? Okay, so again, this is the first question. Okay, so this one I put. Do you think? No, you think. Okay, so here I put the auxiliary verb before the subject. This is the first clause. Then I have another clause. This second clause, I do not have to change it. So I just put this one as it was an affirmative, the same way as it was an affirmative. Okay, so what do you think they should give him? Okay, this is a question, but this one is put as an affirmative. So subject, the verb, and the complement. The same thing here. Do you happen to know where the Astoria Hotel is? So do you happen to know? A question. Do is before. Okay. Uh, Here I have the subject and the verb. There's no complement here, just the subject and the verb. The same thing here. Would you mind telling? I didn't say you would mind telling. No, I start this as a question. So would you mind telling? So would is my auxiliary verb here, not do, which is would. Would you? Mind is the main verb. Mind telling. So here I have a complement. Yeah, I have two verbs. Mind telling. Me, I then I have here when the next string leaves. This is a second clause. This second clause I put as it was an affirmative. So subject, yeah, the subject and the verb, not the verb and then the subject. Okay, okay, all right. So the other ones will be for only. Okay. Now let's go to the next unit, unit 20. People. Now we'll talk about articles in English. Okay, articles in English we have what? You have three different types of articles, right? So they are a, am, and the. Okay. So what's the difference between them? What's the difference between them? Do you know? When do I have to use a and am? For example.
I will the next one consonant and the vowel and the movement.
When it is a vowel.
I think is like now.
A noun. Yes.
I only
Which is an article. Which is an article.
teacher. Refer to like
No, no, yeah. Articles will be used together with a noun. That's right.
I don't think about I only use
You just use. Okay? So let's pay attention here. But what's the difference between a and am to the? to mention here is that in English, the indefinite article are and n they are just used when I have a singular word. Okay, they are not used in the plural. Okay,
That's
it
strange.
is it is
I
different from
guess.
Portuguese because Portuguese you have multiple, but in English we don't. We just have the singular form. Okay.
Que dia tá acontecendo aí?
Hmm?
Café da manhã. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, track this. Track this. João, may you start reading? I'm going to explain. May you start reading? Ah,
Yes. Is used in front of singular containing countable nouns, a person, animal, or thing, which are not specific. We don't use a way.
ah.
We don't use a before uncountable plural nouns. If a noun starts with a consonant sound, B, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, etc., a comes before the noun. Examples: a cat, a bird, a child, a dog.
Okay. Let's go reading and then I'll explain that. Okay. André, may you?
Okay. And is used in front of singular countable nouns which are not specified. We don't use an before uncountable or plural nouns. If the noun starts with a vowel sound, A, E, I, O, U, and comes before the noun. Examples: an apple, an egg, an ant, an orange.
Okay. Okay. Now let me explain you this. One thing is actually some things are important here. The first thing that I have to mention here, and n, they are like who and whom. They are like this. They mean the same thing. Yeah, the translation would be the same. They are just used in different ways. So, as we explained, will be used when a consonant is placed after it, and when we have a vowel after it. But there is one thing that is important to call your attention to here. That is, it is not about the letter. It is about the
Sound.
sound.
Because
Because hospital, you have H has a sound there. It is hospital, not hospital. It is hospital. So it is a consonant. Yeah, but for example, our starts with H, but H is voiceless. There is no sound. Okay, so you don't say
hour,
a hour. You say an hour,
an hour.
an hour. Okay, because the first sound is not the H. The first sound is the O.
No.
O is not consonant. O is a vowel.
Oh.
Okay, so it's not about the letter. It is about the phonetics. Okay, about the sound.
Why I think this
And
about Torah? Because it's easier to make the sound together. So I can so I can say an apple, an apple. I can make the sound.
oh yeah, it makes
Use
sense. It makes sense.
use the final of the to mix with
No,
the
no, but yeah, because when you use and, it is easier to mix when you have a vowel sound. Another thing, the opposite also happens. So you can, for example, university. University starts with
you.
U, but this U has the sound of Y.
Why?
Why? It's like you. It's like you. You are university. It's the same sound.
So it's
No.
a
Yeah.
university. A
It is
university.
a university.
An, an
United.
university.
It is a united, not an united, because it's the same sound. So the first sound is the Y, not the
Like
U.
a united group.
A united group.
It's
A
university.
united group.
A
Okay.
okay.
So the
That's
yeah the opposite also happens. Okay. Another thing, they can not be used with plural nouns, as I explained, and they
okay.
cannot be used with uncountable nouns. Why not? Because I cannot uncountable. Give me an example of an uncountable noun.
I water.
I cannot say water. Sometimes I can say, but with another meaning.
That's
But I cannot use water because I cannot say one water, two water. No, I cannot count. So if I cannot count, there is no sense if I refer to a particular water.
Yeah.
Okay, I
A
just say
good cup of water.
I can say a bottle of water, because a glass,
Bottle, a
because
glass.
a cup is, yeah, a glass of water. Okay, so do not use the indefinite pronoun to talk about uncountable nouns. Okay, say it. Okay, so let's go to the. Can I you?
Something I listen some teachers use in PBS, and I think that's correct or not. Doubt it's a uncountable word.
Doubt.
Doubt. So I doubt is correct. You say.
It's a good question.
Do I
I
have
do
a
not know if
do you have
it's.
a doubt? Because doubt, você não tem várias dúvidas, você está na dúvida. Do, do you guys have a doubt? It's just não,
Let's check doubt.
é porque doubt é uma uncountable, não dá para contar dúvidas.
No, no, but
You can count questions.
Mas o som
You guys have a question.
vai ter sound. The sound então. Cara, você está certo.
she may be one. She's not a grammatic person. Doubt. It is. He says it is countable or uncountable, but I will not check this. Okay, forget about this.
No, it's a countable doubt. But if there's one doubt, it's one doubt.
It's like music. Music is
Uncountable.
uncountable.
Yeah, but it's
Amuse. It's correct to say amuse. Amusing.
You may use a music if you are referring to a genre of music, but it is very unusual to say that. Okay, okay. Let's go with the.
one doubt.
Let's go with the. You know,
We usually in front of our nouns, it's much better whether the nouns are single, plural, or countable or uncountable. Describe similar thoughts in specific or examples. The start, the part, the weather.
okay. Thank you. Yeah. So, um, the is the article that we use. There is no exception here, so we can use the with uncountable. I can use the water. Normally, I will use the. I don't know if you remember, but I said, oh, the we can use when the thing is unique. There is just one of that thing. So I say the sun, the moon, the earth.
The
Okay,
sea.
porque that difference.
No, but it's something specific.
No, no, you can. We'll track about these with different structure because, for example, when I'm talking about sea, oceans, again, I said the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. Okay, well, with other geographical areas, you'll not use the, but we'll check the root. Okay, but it is just to mention that the is to talk about something that is specific. Okay, or it is unique. Okay, we'll check this.
The
Another thing,
water, so the
the
water
the
is
water is possible. Sometimes you use no article, so sometimes you just leave out the article.
like moon is
We'll check more about this because you can use a and or the, and sometimes you are going to use nothing. You just say, for example, water. For example, you say water is very important to life. It's essential to life. You're not going to use the water in this case. You're just going to use water because you're talking about this in a general sense. Okay. Another thing, the way that you pronounce these words, the or the,
And this sound.
it depends on the sound. If you have like a consonant sound, you say the word. E, you have e, so you say the a person. So, I shouldn't be laughing at that. Sorry. The okay, like the apple, the egg, the ant, the cat, the bird, the child. Okay, so you say the or the depending on the next word sound. Okay, is that okay? So let's go. Let's go to the book. Agnes, me start reading it. Articles. Okay. Another thing. Um, yeah, this part is the post modification thing. Sometimes, for example, when I want to introduce something, the first time that I refer to that thing, I just say up. So I say, oh, uh, I knew a person yesterday. Yeah, I knew a person yesterday. The person I I started the conversation with. Yeah, and I read for the second time and so on. I already know the person that I am referring to. So that is why it is called post multiplication. So the same thing here. There is a tower over there. That's the same. That's the first time that I introduced this object in the sentence. Okay, the first time that I refer to that. So the other times that I refer to the same thing, I just have to say, oh yes, it's the Tower of London. Okay, that's the then I specify what is that thing. The same thing. I know a person. You do not know who is that person. But the other times that I refer to the same person, you already know that this is the person that I met. Okay, so you already know that it's just not talking about anyone. I'm talking about a specific person. Okay, okay. Let's continue. Juliana, may we continue?
É isso. E outro como é que faz? Antes eu não estava nem mexendo, sei que você está dizendo se
Ó, ok.
a or and a pronunciation to mention a question. We use the a or and for one of our questions also. Peter is a general. Maria is a teacher. It is an electrical shaper. We use a or an for one of a set of negative meanings. With what habitancy, what habitancy. This is an
Sculpture.
sculpture. We use zero article with plus an example they refer to class of grown people in general. Teachers often work very long hours. Water is become a scarce resource. Humans are better explore the following language than water. These two can be made specific by the details which follow. The water tastes funny. The water from the tap. The girl from my class loves ice. This particular use. A simple noun to describe a class of things visited. The bicycle is becoming increasingly popular. The whale the whale is in danger of extinction.
Okay, thank you. Let's just check some of the words here. A barometer. Okay, a barometer. Another one here. Um, what is it? Scarves. Okay, scarves. Scarves. Water is becoming a scarce resource. Okay, okay, scarce. Something that is yeah, something that is missing. Okay, that is lacking. Another thing here. And zero. Okay, zero article. And whale. Okay, whale, the animal. Okay, so mm,
The whale or
the whale.
the
Yeah.
whale?
Okay, problems here with vocabulary, with the
Yes,
explanation.
what is whale?
Whale. Whale is yeah, the biggest
The boat.
animal of the world. Don't you know? A mammal.
Uh,
Free Willy. Do you know Free Willy? Don't you know Free Willy? Yeah. Okay. Free Willy's very old. Yeah. I'm denouncing my age, but I'm young. Uh, Another thing here. Yeah, the thing that I said here. When you say water is become a scarce resource, you're talking about water in general. Well, if you say the water tastes funny, this water is specific. Okay, so the water from the tap, you know the tap that you open. Yeah. So talking about that specific water. We're not talking about all the water of the world. Okay, so that's different. Okay, so the same thing when I say, oh, Maria is a teacher. If I say, oh, I am a teacher. Okay, I am a teacher because I'm not just one teacher. Okay, there are other teachers in the world. But if you say teachers often work very long hours, you're talking about actually all of the group. You're talking about the group of teachers. Okay, you're talking about this in a more general sense. All right, may we go on here? João, may we continue? Ideas.
Yes. Ideas. Abstract ideas use zero article. Health is one of the most important things in life. Note that an abstract noun can be made specific by what comes after it. Then we use the. The health of millions of people may be at risk.
Okay. Yeah, again, the same thing. Normally, when you talk about abstract ideas, so health, happiness, yeah, you use, uh, when you talk about them in a general sense, you just use the zero article. So you leave out, um, you leave out any article here. So you don't have to use any article. But if you talk about a specific thing, you have to use the definite article. Because happiness, you cannot say a or an happiness. You cannot say that because happiness is not countable. For example, I can say, oh, happiness is the most important value of the world. Okay? So I'm talking about happiness in general. So I don't say the happiness. No, I say happiness. Happiness is the most valuable um, value of the world. But I can say the happiness of my family is important to me. So it's not the happiness in general. It's not happiness in general. It's the happiness of my family. So I am specifying it. Okay? So pay attention to these two. Numbers and measurement. Can you continue, João?
Yes. Numbers and measurements. With rates and speeds, use A and. The car was going at uh, 50 kilometers and how. The rent is uh, five, 500,
500.
500 euros.
I think it's pounds.
Pound.
Pounds.
500 pounds a month. Use A and for large whole numbers, fractions with singular nouns, weights and distance. 100, a pillar, a third, a fifth, two and a half, a kilo, a master and a half. But two and seven eighths, half. Half is usually used without an article. He has eaten half of the cake.
Okay, thank you.
What
Just
is a kilo?
hmm?
Kilo.
Killed. Yeah. Just two things to notice here. Uh, the first one. You said an hour, not an hour. An hour, okay? Hour, the H is voiceless, okay? It's different. Horse. Horse, H has a sound. But hour, it doesn't have a sound. Another thing here, half. This word, it is half. I know that it's the same thing to say half, or half is not correct. So it is half. Half. Forget that that there is an L there because this L in the middle that it has no sound. So you just say half, 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 half.
Half an hour.
Half an hour. Okay, half an hour. Problems here? No. People. So, another you. the way that you use this. For example, normally when you talk about a person, you may just leave out the article. But sometimes you want to specify. So for example, Tom lives in Bristol. Okay, you don't have to say the Tom lives in Bristol. Or Tom lives in Bristol. But if I the next question, the next sentence, is he the Tom James you went to school with? Okay, so in this case, we're talking specifically about that person. Okay, so you may use the article in that case. Okay, and sometimes you can use the indefinite article too. So, is there a Tom James staying here? We use that in Portuguese too. It's like um, João vive no Rio. Você fala, o João vive no Rio. Não, você pode falar o João, mas não pode desenvolver um artigo. João vive no Rio. Agora, se você for fazer aquele é o João que você estudou no colégio. Aquele é o João. Professor do bairro. Específico. Você tinha que perguntar. Ah, há João aqui, né? João. The same thing. This is exactly the same thing in English. Okay? Cities, towns, streets, and places. Okay? André, are you?
Oh, yeah. But where?
Cities, towns, streets, places.
Now, cities, towns, street places. Those are articles with proper names. But it is used when there is close identification with I live in Allen Road in Bristol, then an area called Bridgeland, Oxford University of Oxford. Those with the names of shops, and places with a general reference. At the cinema, the supermarket, in the garden, in the mountains, at the beach. Other places, other places then, if the begin,
Uh, if they begin,
begin, thank you. If they begin with the name of place or person, then they tend to use article. London Bridge, Waterloo Station, Madame Tussauds, but the London Eye. Other side, they use the Golden Gate Bridge, the Hard Rock Cafe, Cafe,
yeah, the hot capital.
Cafe. É uma palavra em português, isso? Tem acento?
No, no, but because it's a place.
The Hard Rock Cafe. Eu não conheço. The Golden Cinema. Note that place name can also be used as an advice, in which call could use the London rush hour can cause long delays. Some other city had adjectives from Paris, Parisian, Roman, using objects. The is used with some familiar objects when we think of them as the only one. The sun was setting over the sea. The moon rose into the sky.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so this is what I explained. When you talk about unique things, you have to use the. Okay. Um, right, this may go to the end.
Let's see. Them is used to connect people in that setting. Have you wanting a photo of them and photos of Tuesday?
Tuesday.
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 Eerie.
Here. Yes. Is there an article? She's surfing for an ex.
you may say, I've got the flu, which is also possible. Okay?
What is flu?
Flu. It's like when you, yeah, like this. Yeah.
I
But
flu.
flu is more severe than a cold. A cold is lighter than a flu. They are similar, but a cold is lighter and
It's like umbrella.
hmm,
It's like just, just flu.
no, no, no. They are types of diseases committed by a virus.
It's like the difference of resfriado and gripe.
Exactly this. Resfriado, a cold. Flu. Yeah. But normally you use a cold, a headache, a toothache, and earache. When you refer to the specific symptom, you normally use a or M. Okay?
That is serious something. You know, our place here, the London Bridge. Every bridge of London is a London Bridge. There's a specific called London Bridge.
I may use the London Bridge sometime. Yeah, I may use the London Bridge.
Yes,
Which is
every bridge of London is a London Bridge.
no, 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 no. But then you say London bridges.
There's
What?
one specified called London Bridge.
No, because it may be a specific. It's like the Golden Gate, uh, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah,
but when you
it
speak
will
the London
depend.
Bridge,
Yeah,
every bridge of London is a London Bridge.
but sometimes they have a specific bridge that is called the London Bridge. Maybe I do not know.
But the others are still London bridges.
Okay, yeah, you may think of that because you don't have like Paris. You have Parisian bridges, a Parisian bridge, but you don't have a specific.
Like Paris Bridge.
Yeah, but you don't have like, for example, you don't have a specific word to denote like an adjective for the people or the things that are related to London. You don't have it. In Portuguese we have Londrino, but in English we don't have this word. We'll have for Paris, Paris Parisian, or Rome Roman. Yeah, but in English we don't have for London. Another thing here, yeah, this word here, emphasis. Okay, emphasis. Let's repeat this word. Emphasis.
Emphasis. Emphasis.
Okay,
Emphasis.
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 Emphasis is important because emphasis is single. Okay, it is single emphasis. The plural. Do you know what is the plural of emphasis? Do you know? The plural. You just have to switch to this. I for e. So it would be e. It would be a plural word. But you would say this different. So this is emphasis, but the plural is emphasis. Emphasis. Okay, emphasis with e. With e. Okay. Uh, I think that's it. If you have any doubt about this particular matter, no. Emphasize is the verb. Emphasize is the verb. Emphasis is the noun. Emphasis. I will give some emphasis to this matter. Emphasis. Emphasize. Oh, I will emphasize this subject here. Emphasize. Emphasize is the verb. Emphasis is the noun. Emphasis is the plural of emphasis. Yeah.
Ênfase enfatizar.
Yeah. Emphasis. 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 It's like parenthesis. Parenthesis. When you have the plural, parenthesis is just one. Parentheses two. Okay? Some Greek is Latin.
Teacher.
Eu acho que assim, você está começando a misturar, começou a misturar português e inglês numa coisa que não estava tentando nenhum dos dois. Emphasis, emphasize,
No, just the way that you pronounce these words because they are irregular plurals. Okay? Uh, you can try to do the exercises of this lesson.
Se é irregular, a gente tem que começar a regulamentar isso daí, tá?
Okay? You can try to make the exercises of to do the exercise of this lesson. But numbers one and two we'll check here at class. Okay? So to you can do this and we are going to do together. Okay, it's going to. Another thing, um,
I love pushing this wedding.
I have to give you some guest tips.
Ah, cara, certo, coordenação política.
You may go. Okay, bye bye.
Aí, Tite. Ô, louco, can we...
No, I think for you,
Você teve a
because you missed the classes.
Não, pode ficar com os dois, eu não vou fazer.
Just have to sign.
Gente, você tem minha prova aí? Você me responder isso porque eu errei naquela outra questão, mas eu chegar a zero.
Which one?
Logo aí, schedule do... Isso não é dinheiro, cara. Sabe?
Yeah.
Isso é um ticket. Juntando pra quê? Pra comprar o quê? Um carro? Vai comprar um carro aqui no IES, tá ligado? Quero ser professora, eu não quero passar por um exame.
Sorry,
Você tem aí, né? Próximo.
I'm going to steal them.
É a parte da propina, né? Mas por que, cara? Eu participo mais do que ele, entendeu? Ah, eu chego atrasado um pouquinho, cara.
So you just have to sign. It's not me. It's in my locker room.
How can we... How can we mark the test?
I'll
We need to pass
I'll
something.
talk to today.
Ela falou que foi da faculdade e o resto.
É,
Eu já tinha tipo 16, 17.
É,
Mas aí eu vi que ela foi tatuagem depois. Eu pensei, pô, a mãe dela autorizou a fazer tatuagem. Tipo,
Faculdade de quê?
a gente conversou na aula passada, cara.
É, semana passada eu tava aqui.
Ah, antes era prova, na verdade.
Acredito que não, tá? Não.
So if you can just watch from the
Vai
chat.
lembrar, pô. A mãe de ele é ali.
Aqueles. Não é uma montanha. Tem problema com o nome.
É um pouquinho. Então é pessoal, tá? Com certeza. Engraçado que eu quero lembrar quem é Jagger. Sempre que eu se chamarem Jagger, eu lembro daquela menininha do
Okay.
meu lugar favorito. Pô. É a mais velha.
Okay.
A Agnes é a mais velha.
Vai, André. Você tem
Cinco
noção?
anos? Mas você gosta de unicórnio? Cadê? Onde é que eu assino?
Ah, nem não tem diferença.
Onde é que eu assino? Onde eu assino? Aqui.
Pode apoiar na cadeira também.
Mas eu teria que ficar em posição estranha. É mais fácil. Pra mim o mais difícil é sempre a resposta correta.